I think it's important when it comes to assess what happened after what was called the Arab Spring, where we are now. What happened is this great movement and popular movement of people in Tunisia, in Egypt, in Syria, even in Yemen, in Bahrain, in many countries, just calling for more justice, more dignity and freedom. And this was an essential moment for all the Middle East, hoping that this would be a new Middle East. Now, I myself said in 2011, I was cautiously optimistic. I think that we were too much impressed by the political side of the equation, not getting the economic factors that were behind the whole process, and also some other trends within the Middle East, and trying to deal with it in another way. In 2003, George W. Bush spoke about democratization of the Middle East, and he had in mind what we saw in Iraq, and the Iraqi pattern was really to destroy the country and to destabilize the country. Look at what is happening now when it comes to Egypt, when it comes even to Tunisia. It might be more peaceful in Tunisia, but what is the economic reality? What is the social reality in Tunisia? Is no longer a spring. It's just very difficult for the people to find their way. And in Egypt, we have the coming back of dictatorship, and even worse than what was before, with all these people in jail and torture and no real voice in the international community speaking about what is happening. So I think that it's a very difficult situation. We can say that the hopes and even the movement that happened in 2010, 2011, it's over, while I think that internationally it's important to keep on talking about it and saying what is the right way forward, which is to free the countries from dictators and to speak out. And this is why, with all what happened to families in Egypt, for example, now, but not only in Yemen, in Syria, in Tunisia even, people being jailed, people being tortured, and it's very important not to give up. It's important to speak out. It's important to find the way, if it's very difficult for people, for example, living in Egypt to speak out. We need to get information, and we should be able, outside Egypt, around the world, in Canada or in the States or in the West or in African countries, to speak out and to support the movement and to support the people for in their struggle for more justice and more dignity in the country. It's a long way, and there is a price to pay, but that's the future, and this is where, as Muslims, we know what it means to rely on God, and it's important for Muslims and for Arabs not to get the sense that they are isolated. They had to be involved with others around the world, speaking for justice and speaking for freedom.